Everyone has that first love etched into their heart, a love that no passage of time can erase. I carried mine with me for over 50 years, and it shaped every moment of my life. I need to share this before my nerves betray me. My name is Richard, and I'm 84 years old. For 50 years, my mind has been haunted by a single thought: Evelyn. A face I couldn't forget. A smile I replayed over 100,000 times in my mind. I was just 19 when we met. Evelyn was 18. It was 1962, a summer that would stay with me forever. We had a brief connection, innocent yet profound, and even had some photographs to remind me of that fleeting magic. Then one day she vanished. No goodbye, no explanation, nothing. I went on with life, married, had children, but I never discarded those photographs. They were sacred fragments of a story unfinished. Before you judge me, let me make this clear. I built a life. I had a daughter and a son, a home, a career. But Evelyn was always there, whispering in the corners of my mind, a question I could never answer. What could have been? 2 months ago, something extraordinary happened, something I never imagined possible. It shattered every belief I had about love, regret, and the stories we tell ourselves to survive. Let me take you back to 1962. I was working at my father's hardware store in a small Pennsylvania town, the kind of place where everyone knew everyone, population maybe 3,000. I was saving for college, plotting a future in architecture, and focused entirely on my studies. No girlfriend, no distractions. Then she walked in. July 12th, Thursday afternoon. The bell above the door jingled. I looked up, and there she was, Evelyn, dark hair, green eyes, yellow sundress dotted with flowers. Her family had just moved to town looking for paintbrushes. We talked for 15 minutes, and in that moment something inside me just stopped. When she left, I froze by the counter, staring at the doorway, unable to move. 2 days later, I saw her at the town fair. We rode the Ferris wheel together, shared a slice of cake, and talked until the fair lights went out. That summer, we became inseparable. After work, we met by the river, our secret spot under a willow tree, a place where no one else could find us. She wanted to be a writer and carried a small notebook with her, showing me stories and observations about our town. I shared my dreams, buildings, bridges, skyscrapers I sketched, ideas I hoped to create. She listened as if everything I said mattered. We made plans for a life together, travel, adventure, and building something lasting. I was young and naive, thinking love alone could conquer everything. August 27th, 1962, the last day I saw her. We sat by the river, golden sunlight painting the water, casting long shadows. Evelyn was quieter than usual. I asked her softly, "What's wrong?" She looked down, eyes glistening. "My father got a job offer. We're moving to California in 3 days," she said. In that instant, my world stopped. I tried to reassure her. "We'll make this work," I said. Long distance, letters, phone calls. I would visit at Christmas. She shook her head, a hopeless look I will never forget. "Richard, I can't ask you to wait for me. Your life is ahead of you." I took her hands in mine. "You're not asking. I'm choosing this. I'll wait." She started to cry. I held her close. We stayed there until darkness fell, the river whispering around us. She kissed me long and hard, promising, "I'll write every week. I'll be waiting." 3 days later, she was gone. And I waited. Every single day I checked the mailbox. Before my parents woke, I walked down the driveway. Weeks passed, then months. Nothing. I told myself maybe she needed time, maybe she lost my address. But by Christmas, the truth became unavoidable. She wasn't writing. I tried to find her. I called every information directory in major California cities. I wrote to the towns she'd mentioned. Nothing. I had to accept it. She was gone, and she didn't want to be found. Life went on. I went to college, met Patricia. Kind, steady, loving. We married in 1967, had 2 children, a home, a career. I worked at an engineering firm. She taught elementary school. A good life, a normal life. But Evelyn never left me. She lingered in every quiet thought, every unspoken memory. Patricia knew. She never said a word, but she knew. We were married 43 years. When she died in 2010 from cancer, she whispered something that would change my life again. Richard, I hope you find her. I hope you get your answer. Those words struck me. That girl from Pennsylvania, the one who lived in my mind when I thought I was alone, I had tried to deny her. But Patricia stopped me. It's okay, she said. You've been searching for her your whole life, even when you were with me. Her words broke me, because she was right. Even in happiness, part of me had been lost in the past. I promised her I wouldn't, but I failed. 2 months ago, my daughter convinced me to join Facebook. She said it would help me stay connected with my grandchildren. That night, unable to sleep, I picked up my phone and started scrolling. Then, out of nowhere, there she was. Evelyn. Her profile picture, older now, gray hair, glasses, but unmistakably her. I would recognize that face anywhere. My hand started to shake as I clicked on her profile. She lived in Harrisburg, just 2 hours away, and had been there for 30 years. All that time she was only 2 hours from me. I sat for an hour trying to decide what to do. Finally, I typed a message. Evelyn, this is Richard from Pennsylvania, 1962. I've thought about you every day for 50 years. I'd love to hear from you. I didn't sleep that night. I kept checking my phone. Then, 3 days later, a reply came. Richard, I remember you. I'd be happy to meet. Are you free this Saturday? We agreed to meet at a coffee shop halfway between our towns. I arrived 30 minutes early, sitting by the window, watching every car pull into the lot. Then I saw her, walking across the parking lot. We sat down, ordered coffee, and made small talk for a few minutes. Then I asked the question that had haunted me for 50 years. Why didn't you write to me? She looked down at her coffee, eyes heavy with sorrow. I did. I wrote to you every week for a year, 52 letters. You never replied. So I stopped. I felt like the ground had been pulled from beneath me. Not a single letter reached me. She had carried the same pain I had, our love story trapped by circumstance, by her father intercepting my letters. We sat in silence for a long moment, piecing together the lost decades. She told me about her life, college, 2 marriages, 1 divorce, 1 widowhood, and 4 published novels. I told her about Patricia, my children, and my career. Then she said something that broke me. I thought about you every day for years, Richard, but eventually I realized I had to let you go, or I could never live my life fully. I asked her when that was. 1985, she said. 23 years after our goodbye, she had let go. I had held on for 50. After that first coffee shop meeting, something inside me shifted. The fantasy I had carried for 50 years, Richard and Evelyn by the river, was gone. In its place was a real person, a woman with her own life, her own history. We weren't those kids anymore. We were 2 older people, shaped by decades of experiences, joys, and heartbreaks. The story I had been telling myself, that she was the one who got away, that we were destined, wasn't true. It had been a beautiful story I invented, but it wasn't real. She told me about her life in California. College, 2 marriages, 1 divorce, widowhood, and 4 published novels. I told her about Patricia, my children, and my engineering career. Then she said something that crushed me. I thought about you every day for years, Richard. But one day I realized I had to let you go. Holding on to you was stopping me from living my life. I asked her when that was. 1985, she said. 23 years after our goodbye, she had let go. I had held on for 50. We stayed in touch, texting occasionally, sending each other books, sharing pieces of our lives. But something had shifted. The fantasy was gone, replaced by the real, imperfect, beautiful reality of a woman I had never truly known until now. That's when I finally understood the truth everyone must face. The past isn't a place you can return to. It no longer exists. I had spent half a century in love with an idea, a version of Evelyn I created in my mind. In doing so, I had missed the life I was living, the real moments with Patricia, moments that didn't need embellishment. I had been physically present but emotionally elsewhere, thinking about a river in Pennsylvania, while Patricia reached for my hand. Evelyn had let go and lived her life fully. I hadn't. Holding on to the past cost me dearly. If you are holding on to someone from your past, a life that never happened, or a dream that isn't real, let it go. I know it's hard. I know it feels like losing them all over again. But holding on means losing yourself and the people who are truly here. I'm 84 years old now, and after 50 years of longing, I finally got my answer. But it came with a lesson I wish I had learned much earlier. The past isn't a place you can return to. The people you lost, the dreams that never happened, they belong to memory, not your life today. I spent decades chasing a memory instead of living the moments I actually had. Patricia, the woman I married for 43 years, gave me real love every single day. I was there physically, but so often I was trapped in my imagination, thinking about a river in Pennsylvania and a girl who might have been. I missed moments that were alive, moments I could have cherished, held on to, and remembered with joy instead of longing. Evelyn had let go in 1985. She lived her life fully, completely. I couldn't. I clung to the past, and it cost me more than I realized. If you're holding on to someone from your past, a lost love, or a life that never existed, release it. I know it's hard. It feels like letting them go is losing them again. But the real tragedy is losing yourself and the people who are truly here. Live now. Be present. Treasure the people around you. Because one day you'll be my age looking back and you'll realize the thing you were searching for was never as important as the things you already had. Don't chase ghosts. Live your life fully, with your heart in the present. That is the only way to truly honor the love and life you've been given. I'm 84 years old, and after 50 years, I finally got my answer. But here's the truth. The past isn't a place you can return to. Holding on to what's gone keeps you from living the life you actually have. If you're holding on to someone, something, or a memory, let it go. Treasure the people around you. Live now. Be present. Comment below. What's the one thing from your past you need to let go of? Like this video if it touched your heart. Subscribe for more stories that inspire and remind us how precious life really is. Don't chase ghosts. Live today.